In this video, I'm going to share with you my master copy insert book. It's the paper version of how I keep from losing my inserts and grids. I'm also working on a vid of the data version. It's a nice catalog of everything that I use in my notebooks, without all the mouse clicks to view the PDFs one on one. And it's also nice to be able to just pull out a page I need on the fly and drop it on the printer glass. Great ease of use. It's a pretty simple book, but it took a bit of time and effort to put it together. But that time spent building it, the paper and the data version, has saved me a bunch of time since, especially since I haven't had a printer in like a year. Okay, first, I wanted to talk about the cover for a minute. This is a PRESSBOARD binder. This one is made by Echo, and Smeed makes them too, and there's another company that's kind of popular and I'll link those below. Now you can't find these everywhere, but usually Office Depot and Amazon is the best place to start. They do cost a little more than the standard back to school types, but this is a really nice quality. They have a kind of like a waterproof something to help waterproof them a little bit, so they're water resistant at least. And the feel of it is just so exquisite. Yeah, it just feels nice to the touch. It's got a grain to it, but they are very thick, and look how flexible. I think that I love this the most. This book is incredibly flexible, and it fits like a sandwich in there because of this clasp. And you can get this clasp in a 2-inch and a 3-inch capacity, I think. And so when this clasp comes undone, it holds the two covers together, and then, like I said, you put your inserts in there, so you get a pretty even bound book there. And I do use the page protectors, and this makes it come out where they're not flush with the book, but I don't worry about that because I just make sure I store it flat. I always like to let the air out, keep them from crinkling, because these page protectors help the pages stay really clean and crisp. And, of course, I don't want to punch them. Make sure that I handle them with care. Okay, so when you first open up the book, I have like a table of contents here. It's almost like a little inventory as well, but I have it broke down into some different sections by size because I do have a variety of sizes in here. And there's some notes here because I'm still finishing up a few things that I need to do to complete the book. This is the actual inventory of the Peanut Planner Co. inserts that I've bought from her store. And these are the freebies from the Facebook group that I like to use. And these are kind of set up the same way, so I'm just going to set this right here. So I have them listed by their number and the name of them, and I've kind of color coded them, kind of the way they fit in the scheme here. And then right here, I have I use a couple of different size books, so I have them large and medium is the way that I usually go. But I did buy some of the pocket size, so I have small here. But if it's highlighted, it means that I have made the hard copy for that. The only one that I'm missing is 105 right here, and that's because it's a fold out, and it's just another fine tuning in this book I'll do. There's a few little extra things to know to be able to, size it, modify it. So I have the hard copies of these. And this section right here is where I've written down the mod sizes that are that apply to what I'm doing. This one right here is the X's here mean that I'm not using these to merge, but if I'm going to merge them with another insert or with grid on the other side, that would be indicated here. And then I have this last line right here because I like to work on laminate copies. And so I have, there's a lot of X's here too, so I'm not laminating very much either, but in medium or large size. So the ones that are highlighted are already complete. So that's that. And then a few more notes right here. Now I did want to show you here, because I was working on a master print list as well. So I can just kind of look through, see what I need, and write little numbers in the shaded areas. And so these pages here are out of my desk notebook, but they pertain, you know, to the hard copy book over here. So this is kind of the same thing without all that extra information. And then this right here are the inserts single and in the different percentages that I mod them to. So these over here, these weeklies in the smallest size, I'm not probably ever going to do that, but that just gives me that inventory to see I do have that in that copy, that size. And so, but the rest of these, you know, some are, you know, just in certain sizes, and you can only size down. You can't take these and size them up, of course. So that's this. These are more singles. And then on this, and then this line right here is indicates the whether I merge it or not. So do I merge it with a grid, or do I merge it with another insert? And that's where this side comes in. And this is, there's 9 of them actually that I use to merge. So these are special print, merge, and up here at the top I have 4 of the colors that I use. I usually don't use the black grids because I've got all these other colorful colors here to use. And so I have it whether it's 8x5 or 4x6 size, what I merge it with. And the shaded areas right here mean that I've already done all the legwork and got the merges done. These right here I haven't merged yet, but I can either make them on the fly, or and eventually I'll sit down and go ahead and finish these up. These are pages that I make that are for either bullet journaling or general note taking. That's why there's only 9 here. It's just the 9 that really help with that. And then this one right here is just this is just the way that I've laid out my bullet journal, and then some extra singles that I might insert. And I did that so I could see, you know, how many I would need to print for 2 months, be 10 pages, and for 4 months, 20, and on, 6 months in a year. So yeah, I wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, so this first section is the grid section. And not a whole lot to say here, but I want to point a couple things out. The first thing is that there is a fantastic website out there called Incomtech. I'm going to link it below. I hope I said it right. This website has a graph paper engine that allows you to create grids custom. Tons of options, 0 watermark, always a good thing. And he has a Patreon, so you can send him some money for his efforts. And he also has some free use music over there too. Like I said, I'll link that below. So my grids, basically, I have them in 5 colors. So gray and blue and green and black. And I like box grid and I like cross grid. This cross grid right here, it's not dot, they're little crosses. And then this fade right here, which you may or may not be able to see that. Sometimes when I get it up to the camera, you can see it. This is kind of a very faint pink tint almost, and you'll find this in the like Traveler's Company notebooks. Use this particular kind of grid. This is very pretty. But part of my fine tuning is I made another set of these with a little bit thicker of a line, because these are not going to work as hard copies. I'm not going to be able to print off of these. So, and like I said, I'm defining these right here. Some of the options are, as you can see, there's a border here, or you can do no border. But these are all bordered. I have this here. I like to use the 6 per inch in my Evil Plans, which is the 4x6 book. And so it's a little more to scale. It looks good in there. And then the 5 per inch, which is here. And this I like to put in all my 8x5 books. And this is in gray. As you can see, this has the border, and this does not have a border. Those lines come out a little bit. They come out a little bit. And then the box grid, the cross grid, I have in 5 and 6 as well. So that is my that's my grid collection. Once I fine-tune that, that's going to be complete. That's one of the last things I have to do for this book to be complete. Now this section here is my Peanut Planner Co. insert section. And this first part of it is my half size. So these are my 8x5s, as I call them. And I like to get my inserts in the half size because they can easily be downsized by percentage in the print options so that they can fit my 4x6 or my Evil Plans. I had these done at a print store, and they're on 32-pound paper. So that's a pretty decent quality paper right there. Decent thickness, good quality, and in color. And so as you can see, I've just got a library here where I can just pick and choose. Especially these right here, they come in handy for note-taking in my other notebooks as well. So that is my 8x5s. These are my mods. This is my mod section. We're going to skip over that for now. So this is the pocket size, and it's pretty close to what a 3x5 card would look like. It would fit, but if you're going to punch it, it's going to invade these this line a little bit. I have a card right here, and as you can see, it will fit. You know, it's just that little bit right there. So it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. But back when I found Peanut Planner Co., I did order up some of these. Some of these are the freebies, and even a couple here, right here. The weekly tracker and the house cleaning, which is right here. I only bought them in this size, but that's okay. I can swell these up to 110 is where I think 110 is, that's the sweet spot here. This is a no heart day at 113%. So you can see that, it's smaller than the 4x6, and it makes like a nice little door insert in the book. So yeah, I have, I don't even know, I wanted these to work. I got all these weeklies here. I actually bought a couple of weeklies. I'm not even good on weeklies, but I was, wanting to try them out and see if I couldn't get better at them with the Peanut Planner inserts. Okay, so this is more like personal size, and this is more your standard 4x6 card will fit on here quite comfortably. I haven't bought any of these from the store, but these are the freebies. I just put them here in the back. I don't usually use them because if I take these and bring them down to 72%, they're pretty much a perfect match. And with those, as you can see, you only get 2 per page, just like with these. So you don't get that bonus 4 copies or 2 sets, that you will with these smaller ones. And now the mods. Alright, so to show you my mods, I thought that I'd take them out of the book. It's a little easier this way. Now, I've already done the test off of the half size, so the 8x5s down to 72% gives me that perfect 4x6 with enough room on the side to do my punch. So 72 is for that, but this is 70% right here. And that 2% gives me that extra space so that I can laminate a copy. So And then I did 67 for fun, you know, another 3 points down. And you can see the difference here. That shaded line there. So that's the difference in the size. So over here it meets flush. And they just make nice little door pages. So there are these. And then what you get from the pocket size is you get 4. These are 1-page inserts, so there's 4 copies here. And I was experimenting with these too. 110% is my favorite. Not going to be able to get that index card on there, but again, nice little half door pages. This is a leftover that I did at 113%. So just for comparison. 110 is my favorite, but you see 113% is about, that's pushing it really. I wish I'd have kept that whole copy because it really stretches out here near the ends of the paper. And it lessens, I think, your line here a little bit as well. So, but here, we'll put the 107 and the 110 together, just so you can see kind of the difference you're getting. And you can see the trim line right here. So that's the way it looks different. See, I have some inserts laying around, but I don't have a printer. I can make all kinds of copies and stuff. So I have a few tips to offer if you're interested in making one of these books for yourself. I've learned these through my own mistakes. About removing and deleting PDF pages to merge them. Half-size inserts are, you get 2 copies on a 1-page PDF. The personal and pocket are on a 2-page PDF, and this matters because if you want to merge, you're going to have to remove that second page. And you can do this through an online PDF tool of your choice. I'm going to leave my recommendations down in the description, but you're going to want to use one of those tools and remove that second page first, and then download that. And then to merge the page you want. So you'll have to, once you make that download, then you go back to the PDF tool and put it in there, and you can do your merge. And then download that copy. And then finally, a note about merging with grid. The grids that I make in Comtech, they save in PDF format in portrait orientation. So it's a good idea to go ahead, once you do that, is you can use the rotate in the PDF tools. Go ahead and make you a copy of it flipped over into the landscape. That way, because if if you're going to merge it, you want to make sure that the insert and the grid are both in the same orientation. It's not going to come out right. And I usually end up using the landscape, but there has been a few times that the portrait was fine. But you want to make sure that you insert those in the right orientation. So those are the mistakes I've made that I think are the biggest ones, and this could possibly save you some time. So that's the paper version of how I keep hard copies of all of my inserts and grids. If you think I did a good job here, I hope you'll consider giving me that thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.